everyone, I'm Dottie Stitching Scotty and welcome to Flosstube 111 part 4 of the WIP parade. Oh my goodness, and I told you the last one I was done. If you're just tuning in, you might want to go back and check parts 1, 2, and 3 of the WIP parade. I've had to break it up as I do run out of energy when I am stitching. And I'm stitching Scotty, and there's Winston, my little Scotty over here. And Striker's somewhere, but not where we can see him, and I can't pick them up. But anyway, thank you for joining us, and I hope you see some things that you like. And if not, I do stitch a wide variety, even though today's video will not show that much because it's almost a unified theme. But everybody's been going, I know she had more of that stuff. So anyway, I hope you'll hit the like and the subscribe button, and that you'll keep coming back, because I do samplers, I do like cute little things, bright things, seasonal things, just all kinds of things. You know, of course, stitchy things. So we have Haunted House Trio by Waxing Moon, and I'm doing Creepy, the one with the witch. I thought I would start with that one. It's on the 28 count natural raw linen. And this is, sorry about the ironing, but still can't iron, 2 strands over 2. And this one I've got pretty much everything done except the stuff around the, you know, the word spooky and the smoke and the bats and things. I need to finish up the house, the windows and the door. And then there's a nice border on the bottom and a banner on the bottom and a border. So I'm about halfway, maybe third, I don't know. But anyway, I really want to get this one done, but this will not go in my fast finish pile. And when you hear fast finish pile, that's things that I think I can finish up really quick. Oh, please don't fall. Oh goodness, hang on. Goodness gracious, this would not be good. And I got my Teresa Kogut bag. And now you see why I need to iron my fabric so much, because I just kind of cram it in there. Okay, next we have a pattern by Jardin Prive, and it's called Halloween. I'm stitching. Now this one was a stitch along with Java Girl and some of her friends. And I did this on a piece of natural raw linen, and it was supposed to be 28 count, but the weave is very tight. So I had problems with that one, so I just kind of abandoned that one. But I'm going to finish it because I have a lot of it done. I've got the entire bottom just about done. And I need to do the witch. I think I've got the cauldron started. And there's a black cat and a tree and some things. So this will not be in the fast finish either. But this is definitely one I definitely want to finish. And this is 2 strands over 2, and I'm using all the call for DMC flosses. Yeah, everything was DMC. And I don't think I've seen anybody finish this one either. I really don't. And I've got this one in my little Scotty dog bag. So this one's going to lay dormant for just a little while, but I'll pick this one back up shortly. Yet again, another stitch along. This was with Chrissy, Finally a Farm Girl, and Becca of Sambry Stitches. And this is the Haunted House sampler from Twin Peak Primitives. I am ashamed to say that I don't have a lot done on this one. I think both of them have more on it done than I do. And, oh goodness, the pattern is very clear and easy to read. It's large, so it's several pages. And I don't mind going from one page to another, because once you finish a page, it's like, woo, I finished. But I don't have the first page finished. This is all I have done, but I really like the colors, and I'm using all the DMCs. The border is beautiful. So I can't wait till I get to the haunted house. And it's 2 strands over 2. And this natural raw linen is 28 count. It's a true 28 count, and it has a looser weave than the Halloween I'm stitching. So this one is going to go a lot, I mean, it's going to get a lot more stitching than just that. So this is another one. It's like, oh, you know, I'm like Becca, I really want to do that one. you know, because it's just creepy. And I like creepy at Halloween. I mean, you know, it's just a really neat sampler. So I think I'm going to put that one. And it's going to be something I'll be working on. I should have put it in my WIP Go, but I didn't. I wanted to put a lot of fast finishes in my WIP Go. And then next, we have one that's just been laying dormant for years and years and years. This one's done by Claire Blaylock from the Stitching Parlor. And this is called Trick or Treat Lane. And I kind of stalled out. This one's on 28 count. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Lakeside Linen. I do know that. And it's Autumn Gold by Lakeside Linen. And it's a beautiful, beautiful color of fabric. Let's see. Yeah, you can kind of get what color it is there. And I've got so much of it done. But there's a lot of grass. And then I need to do some crows, a spider web, and some things. This one really needs to go in the finish bucket because it's been laying for quite some time. But that white really shows up on that very well. And I'm using Classic Colorworks except for DMC 310 Black. So all the call for threads. Because when I started this one, I didn't deviate from the design at all except for like the fabric if I couldn't find it. And then I would go for the closest thing, sorry about that, that I could come up with. She has beautiful patterns, but this one had a lot of stitching in it. All right, I'll be back in a moment. I'm back. All right. Now, we started out, and this one is going to count as one WIP. Now, it was 3 when I was doing Stitch Mania, but, yes. All right, first of all, Hands On Design had the Scary Apothecary series, and I started out just gung-ho. Got the first one done just like that. Well, a lot of stitching in those little things. So this was called Bitter Brew. And so, of course, you know, in Stitch Mania, the first one I did 31 starts. Was I insane? But anyway, this is Bitter Brew. This is done on 32 count Winter Wishes, Fabrics by Stephanie. And I'm using Chronic Braid and Classic Colorworks flosses that are called for. Okay, and this is all I've got done on the Bitter Brew. Just the little crows. So I've got a little ways to go. But that was pretty good for a day's work in Stitch Mania. Then next, they had Broomstick Fuel. And there's that pattern. And I decided there I would have a middle start. So I did the top of the word fuel. And that's all the time I had to stitch on that day in May. Okay, and it's still on the 32 count Winter Wishes by Stephanie, Fabrics by Stephanie. Then the next one I had, I only started 3 because I thought, oh, I'm going to be getting tired of these. So, you know, get these 3 done, and then I'll have half of them done. But no, that didn't work out. So the next one is Cauldron Cleaner. And you know, we may have really messed up on this one. I think this is why I abandoned this. I hope and pray that there is enough space. I'm going to have to count that out. It's going to be slim pickings here because that's the top of the pattern. And look at that. Oh dear. I may be doing some ripping. It's called Don't Get in a Hurry when you start stitching. And that's a lot of stitching to have to take out. Oh my goodness. I'm using 2 strands over 2. Maybe that's why I got irritated with it and just tossed it to the side. But I'm doing 2 over 2 and using the call for fabric. So that one we're going to have to take a look at it. So I see why it's in the back. I do see that. Ooh, the pile is getting higher. Okay, next we have another one that I just wanted to work on, and I was really gung-ho, and this was in 2020, and all the patterns were free from Stony Creek. I bought the buttons, and the first one you start out with is Ghosts and Goblins Spooks Galore, because it was called the Ghosts and Goblins Banner. And that's the one I started on. And when I finished it, it was going to look like this. Isn't that cute? Very spooky. And it says, scary witches at your door, jack-o'-lanterns shining bright, wishing you a haunting night. Happy Halloween. And I thought, well, that'll be something cute to hang up, you know, scare the kids and all that good stuff. Okay, so this one is on it's been a while since I've looked at this one. It's old. It's on 28 count vintage Stormy Night Lugana, and it's 2 strands over 2. Now I'm using DMC Light Effects, which is a glow in the dark color. Creek's Colors, which I've never used, and Glisten Gloss Rainbow Blending Thread. And then we've got some buttons and some DMC. And this is what I've got done so far. So I've got a ways to go. And I didn't bother trimming this fabric. I thought I'd just wait till the end. But isn't that pretty? Well, not pretty. It's spooky. So it's 2 over 2. But I like the modeling on the fabric, and you know, it's easy to stitch on because it is a Lugana, because the weave is very even. And if you've not stitched on linen, I was telling one lady that had a question this past week on one of my videos, she was wanting to stitch on smaller counts. Start with an even weave. That'll be a lot easier than having a thick thread and a thin thread. So okay, next, this is one of my favorites, and I did not know why I do not have this done. This is from Cottage Garden Samplings, and this is the Halloween Sampler. Look at that. So, this one is on... No, it's not on that. Let me see. Oh, I've got it in here. Yes, good. This one's on Dense Fog, 28 count. And I got this at my local needlework shop, Panda's Crossing. And look at that. Let's see. Oh, goodness. There we go. You can see some color now. Look at all that modeling. But doesn't that look good on this? It makes it look even spookier. So I've gotten to the bottom of the pattern. And I've got the cauldron done. So all I have to do is move across the page. And then I've got a page turn. So I'm excited about that. This was lots of fun to stitch. And yeah, with words and all, it shouldn't take too awfully long. So there's a cat, a witch hat, a shoe, and a crow, and a bone, and some candy corn, a few bats. That's basically, the rest is letters. So, this might go in the we need to work on it soon pile. All right, next, this one has been the never-ending stitch, okay? Every time I think I would be getting close to it, and I love this one. I really do, but I was so anxious because I've already got my little white pumpkin to put it on, or big white pumpkin, just like Priscilla and Chelsea did. This is a trick-or-treat Stitching with the Housewives, and I won this from them in a drawing, along with the floss. And I got the fabric from Fat Quarter Shop. It's a 28 count even weave, black. And look how much I've got done. But I got on that pumpkin and I was just like, ugh. I think I took this one to Galleria last year. And I stitched and stitched and stitched. Now I know the witch doesn't have any hands yet. And I've got to do some more little frilly things up at the top, you know, like what's over here with the candy corn. I got to put some more frou-frou in there. But I was trying to get that big pumpkin done. And then I don't have a cat sitting on top of the pumpkin yet. So we've got to work on that. And when we get that done, it'll be done. So I think this one's going to go, and then we're going to work on this a little bit at a time. And maybe I won't get so frustrated, but that pumpkin, or not pumpkin, but this big jack-o'-lantern, he just went on forever. And what was so bad is I just got through doing 2 more jack-o'-lanterns. So I was jack-o'-lanterned out. But love this pattern, and I want to finish it on that white pumpkin and set it in my foyer because I think it would just be very, very, very cute. So, all right. Okay, we're back again. All right, I just had to load up my flannel boards. All right, now we have Hallows Eve at Raven's Hollow, and it's a design by Brenda Gervais. And I like this one so much that I almost bought it again the other day, and I already had it started. That's how old it is, because I got it right when it came out. And then I started working on it, and then something else came along. But this is it. And my fabric is a bit wrinkled. It's 32 count summer khaki. And I got this like probably about, oh my goodness, when did this pattern come out? 2017. Oldie but a goodie. Okay, and I'm doing two strands. No, I'm doing one strand over two, which is what she called for. And I've got the cat and some of the vines, and that's all I've got so far. But I just fell in love with this pattern, and I do not know what happened. I guess it just got put to the side, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that. So, and another thing I'm going to do this year is I'm going to try not to wad my fabric up so bad, because man, I tell you, when it comes to ironing time, yeah, lots of ironing going on here. Lots of ironing. But I do love some Brenda Gervais patterns. They're all beautiful. Now, this one was done on the summer khaki, 32 count, that I told you, and it's on, it's 2 over 2. Better put it in this pile. All right, the next one is a Teresa Kogut pattern, and it was one of the Patreon patterns I got in 2022, as you'll see from the chart, because it was PDF, and it's called Stitching Witches. And I took it on several of my travels with me. This one's on 32 count fairy wool in the wood, and it's called, the fabric is perfect. It's called Witch Time. So there you go. So we've got two witches, and they're facing each other, and so far I've got the one witch. And look at all that modeling. I mean, that just looks spooky and dingy and grungy. So I'm using 2 strands over 2 to get really good coverage. And I've got the little owl and the little ghost and part of the witch. Just lots and lots and lots of fun. I took that to a retreat with me and worked on it while I was there some. And I have another one, but I have already shown it, but I just found the rest of the pattern. So, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, and then, last but not least, and I think this is the end of my WIPs. So that means instead of having the 78 WIPs, or works in progress, I thought I had, I probably only have about 50 something, because I had a lot of finishes in my bags, and then I had several things that were kitted up and they were stuck in with the works in progress. So go figure. But anyway, let me put this in there. Sorry about the zipper. The last one was a stitch along at my needlework shop, Panda's Crossing. And she ordered these. It's Lucky 13 by Amy Bruecken. It's the Halloween one. And I thought, oh, that'll just be so cute. It says, home is where you hang your broom, just a wee bit wicked every day. And it's got all kinds of little costumed characters. Okay, so I'm pretty good. I'm almost halfway. First, I was going to start out and I was going to do what you were supposed to do and stitch 1 a month. And this was on my WIP Go last year, I think, or year before last. I'm not sure which. But anyway, or it may be on the last 2 years. So my goal was to stitch 1 character. Well, I should have put it on several times, but I did not. But this is on 30 count Weeks Dye Works Carrot. And this is that real soft Weeks Dye Works fabric. But I still love the color. I love the way it looks. And I'm using all the Classic Colorworks threads that they call for. Or no, not Classic Colorworks, excuse me. Weeks Dye Works threads, except for the white and the DMC 310. But I just love this one. Stop licking. Sorry, that's Winston. He's licking. See, now he's over here. Okay, But that's all my works in progress. And this one, in case you didn't notice, is all Halloween because I like Halloween. I like the trick-or-treat aspect, not the spooky, gory, ghouly stuff. But anyway, I just thank you for watching. And I think this is all of the lost WIPs. And I will have another Flosstube catching you up very soon. And thank you so much. Be sure and hit the bell, the like, and the subscribe button, and share it with your friends. Bye-bye. Happy stitching.